Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. If you're new to the channel, you're watching All the Beer No Idea, and my name is Baz. If you're not, you know the crack. You know the crack. So the beer we are looking at now is one that my daughter got me, Courtney, for Christmas. She actually picked me up 4. Thinks she's picked them up from Home Bargains, and this is a can from Off Axis Brew Co. And it's their Hop the Light Fantastic Hoppy Pale Ale. It's in a 440ml can, coming in at 4.7%. Not sure how much it costs. If I had a guess, it's probably going to be between 150 and 180, but I could be wrong. But I'm pretty certain I'm going to be somewhere in the ballpark there. Beautiful artwork, great label, real good. Now, I am aware of reviews out there, not necessarily of this beer, but of beers from Home Bargains, the off-axis thing. And from what I am aware of, they are not very good beers. And you can kind of think that, can't you? You know, with lovely labels on, £1.49, £1.79 for a craft beer, how good will it be? I suppose you can only expect so much. Off-Axis Brew Co. actually brew this. It's brewed and canned under contract in the UK exclusively for T7M Limited in Liverpool and T7M Limited in Belfast by Off Axis Brew Co. On the back it is saying a soft juicy ale that will transport you to pale mountain valleys that are home to hidden battles between fruit and pine notes. There are no winners, just a satisfying conclusion that begs for further explanation. Hops are Talus, Eldorado and Citrus. So, you know, fruity and pine, a little bit, you know, that makes it sound good. But we'll crack it open, see what we get. Obviously, I don't have an off-axis Brew Co glass, because why would I? No sod knows them, really. So we're going to chuck this in the All the Beer No Idea one and see what we get. Now, I may not do this beer any favours because I've just had a Vindaloo. I give the mouth a rinse, as you do. You know, I'm not totally unaware that, you know, you need to clean your palate before you have a beer. It's rather lively. It's rather lively, it's got to be said. It's a beer in a glass. It's a murky, hazy, sort of golden amber colour I'm going to go with. We got just over a 2-finger of compact white head. I mean, it looks all right. You can't knock it from looks. There is still a little bit left in the can, but we'll get that in after. Maybe the beer will change after that. But let's give it a swirl and see what we get on the nose. I mean, yeah, I mean, look at that. You can't really complain with that. It looks decent. And okay, yeah. It's there is a little bit of pininess there. There is a tropical fruit aroma. A little bit sweet. Maybe a little bit of a sweet orange in the background. Maybe a little bit of a malty backbone to it. Nothing really offensive, a little bit subdued. So let's get the rest out of the can, get it into the glass and see what we get. It's got a little bit of an old school kind of look to it, hasn't it? A little bit of an old school kind of look to it. It's quite sort of dark, if you like. So let's give her a taste. Cheers, Courtney. Cheers, everyone else. Yeah, I mean, let's do this first bit first, shall we? Very light in body. It is very light in body. Maybe a touch of wateriness about it. big sparkling flavour. Well, I say flavour, a big sparkling feel about the beer. It is quite carbonated. It is quite fizzy. Very fizzy, but I suppose, you know, pale ales are fizzy. I will add there is a little bit of hoppiness on the nose. It's very much tropical on the nose. I'm not going backwards, don't worry, know where I am. Light body, maybe just a little touch of wateriness in there. Is pretty well carbonated, maybe a little bit too much. Not really the smoothest or softest sort of feels in the mouth. Taste wise, excuse me, you're hit with tropical notes, a little bit of orange, pineapple, passion fruit, that sort of thing. A little bit diluted, almost a little bit like diluted squash. A little bit of pine in there. You do get a little bit of a resinous pine feel. A gentle sweet malty backbone to it. .7% you don't really get. More sweet on the front end. A very sort of light bitterness on the back end, and it is a very light bitterness, but there is that gentle sort of bitter finish to it. I mean, if you look at the price, it reminds me of, I'll tell you, not a specific beer, but it reminds me a little bit of Brewdog's core range beers, really. You know, the sort of ones you can pick up for £6 in a free 30ml can. They're all a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit bland. And this is doing exactly the same. And it's pretty much for the same price, maybe a little bit less. You get a bit more beer in there. If you're new to craft beer, you're probably going to pick this up and go, ooh, it's got quite a bit of flavour. There's something different in there. If you've drunk other craft beer or been drinking craft beer for a while, you're going to know that there's a lot better beers out there. Now, regarding the price range, yeah, there are a few very decent beers at sort of like $1.49, $1.80 a can. There are, but it seems to be the trend now that the real quality craft beers you're not going to get at sort of £1.49, £1.80, especially in a bigger can like this. You're not going to get them because, you know, it's just not going to happen. You know, they're going to try and make as much money out of beer as they can. Of course they are. But they all also have, you know, bigger, higher overheads, if you like. Not bigger overheads, but, you know. So when you pick something like this up, you've got to expect something that is going to be run-of-the-mill. Not even, you know, that's going to be average. It's going to be an average beer that isn't going to wow you. It's not going to hurt your pocket. If it's not going to hurt your pocket, it's never going to make you go wow. But in all fairness, if you're new to the game, if you're like a hoppy pale ale, I suppose it is kind of doing it. But you know, if you're used to paying 3, 4, 5 quid a beer, you're going to tell the difference massively. But you're not paying 3, 4, 5 pound a beer on this. You're paying about £1.50, £1.80. So as much as I might want to slate it and rip it to shreds, I kind of can't in this review. It's doing exactly what the price range says. It's never going to be the greatest pale ale going. It's you know, and to be honest, I've had worse, and I've had worse from Brewdog, in all honesty. So yeah, for me, Off-Axis Brew Co. for home bargains. Hop the Light Fantastic Hoppy Pale Ale. All right, it's not the greatest beer. You get what you pay for. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. If you are after it, go to Home Bargains. Give it a try. If you're new to all this craft beer thing, this might be a good introduction to all that stuff. That's it for this video. I'm going to come back with another one in a bit, so look out for that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed your day, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.